Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I got another review. I'm in the car once again because yeah, leaving work, and yesterday I was not feeling my best, so let me turn this down. I'm coming with this review for Housewives of Atlanta. So it was Housewives of Atlanta last night, and I think the name of this one was called Peaches Be Trippin'. So yeah, let's see. The episode, it started off, of course, with them picking back off at Candy's Essence cover release, and we know everything that went down with Will and Cynthia, Eva saying Will had a girlfriend, blah blah blah, all that type of stuff like that. So then Cynthia was just like, is there anything else that you guys want to say to me, or is there anything else that I should know? And then that's when Portia was just like, yeah, I did hear that he in fact indeed had a girlfriend and all this type of stuff like that. And then that's when Cynthia kind of went like, oh my god, like what is going on, all this type of stuff like that. She starts crying. Mama Joyce comes over and tell her like, you know, you better than this, you don't have to cry, and all that type of stuff like that. And so Will's like, you know, babe, what's going on? Which I thought was good. You know, Will came to her rescue, whether he lying or telling the truth. Regardless, he's still showing some type of sympathy, like, okay, you know, these girls are telling you this and that, but, you know, I'm here with you. I'm here for you. They end up leaving together. And I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. But I feel like at the end of the day, they both feeling each other. Now, I don't know if Will is opportunist like people are saying, but he likes Cynthia and Cynthia likes him, so that's kind of what it is. And they talked about it, you know, in the car when they left the event, and was just like, Will was just like, you know, I don't have a girlfriend, and you know, I want to be with you. Why would I want to be with you? I'm not an opportunist. I already have a car, a house, a home, you know, which he does. If you follow him on social media, I mean, Will, I don't know what type of moves he be making, but he makes moves. So I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if they're together today, like this exact day. I'm not sure, but I mean, it was good for Will to at least show some type of sympathy that he, you know, really cared for Cynthia. Okay, whatever. At the event, Mama Joyce did say she wanted to meet with Portia. They end up meeting up, and you know, Portia was just like, Lord, I didn't know the lady wanted to meet up the next day. You know, I probably needed a little week to get myself together to try to figure out, like, Lord, what's gonna happen, you know, all the type of stuff like that. But Portia ended up meeting Mama Joyce, and it was really, really nice. The conversation went better than what I thought it was going to be. But Mama just kind of got straight into it, like, you know, did you honestly really think that what Phaedra told you was true? And Portia was just like, you know, I wasn't sure, but I felt like my friend being an attorney, I felt like it was some truth behind it, which I can understand that if one of my good friends came to me about something, gave me some information, and they are an attorney or whatever, I would kind of want to believe them. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just me. I could be wrong, and but it's very apparent that Portia took full responsibility of believing and, you know, taking the information and running with it. That's what Mama Joyce is just like, you know, I had a conversation with Phaedra when, you know, I found out she introduced Candy to Todd, and she was, you know, they did a little flashback, and it was one of those things where it said, Phaedra, when Mama Joyce met with Phaedra, she said, Phaedra, you are, you know, all these lawyers, and you gonna introduce Candy to the help? Like, where they do that at? And that's when Mama Joyce is just like, you know, Candy took lemons and made lemonade. And I was like, dang, like, you still throwing shade at Todd? Like, I thought, you know, things had gotten a little better. And probably they've gotten a little better, but I mean, I can see where she's saying that Candy took lemons and made lemonade. I mean, that's what a lot of people do in relationships, but that's neither here nor there. And Portia asked, you know, what should I do to kind of get back good with Candy, because if y'all been watching the season, Candy really ain't been fooling with the girl, and she has every right not to really fool with her. But I just feel like they could possibly slowly move forward with each other. And Mama Joyce was just like, Candy is not as hard as she seems. She said, but just continue to be yourself, and just let it all work out. So at the end of the day, the conversation was pretty productive. So hopefully they can get to a place. I mean, you can't rush anything. Of course, nothing happens overnight, so we're gonna see how it works out. But in recent interviews with Candy, she's really been like, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to react or how I'm supposed to feel about a certain person when they have done wrong things, and that's understandable. Next, Nene and Cynthia, they meet and they talk about what happened at Candy's event. And Cynthia was just like, I was really thrown off. And Nene basically was just like, I apologize for what went down. Eva gave me the information. I originally wanted to talk to you about it first, but Kenya went ahead and took you to the side and all that type of stuff like that. And Nene was basically expressing to her, like, do you think he's really for you? Like, do you think he's taking advantage of you? And Cynthia's like, why do y'all think that? Like, what do you think it is? And Nene was just like, well, I know you've been in a marriage. I just want you to be careful and cautious. Okay, any good friend would want you to be careful and cautious. So I understand where she's coming from. And then she was just like, I did see Peter. Like, I don't know if that's where you need to be with Will, because Peter was looking good. And Cynthia made it very clear, me and Peter never getting back together. She shut that down real fast. I was trying to say quick and fast at the same time. She shut that down real fast. So yeah, talked about that. And then that's when Cynthia said that she needed a little girls trip. She thinking about looking for a man abroad and all that type of stuff like that. So that's when she said, let's go to Barcelona. And Nene was like, I'm down, but I'm trying to figure out why Cynthia trying to be cheap with finding somewhere to stay for this Barcelona trip. Like, I mean, girl, at the end of the day, you not paying for the trip. Bravo is, okay? So stop. Tell me something. We can look on Groupon. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody good. Tell some, I looked at Airbnb, and Nene said, I don't do abc.com. Boy, I fell out. I was like, Nene wrong for that. So Cynthia wanted to invite all the girls. So that's how their little, Cynthia and Nene's little dinner date went. And then what happened next? What happened next in this episode? I'm trying to go in chronological order, but that really may not work. What are you looking at, sir? I guess because I'm talking. So let's see. Next, Portia invites the girls over for a vegan dinner, and just to kind of extend an olive branch, as she said, some of the girls she has beef with, and quite frankly, all the girls she had beef with didn't even show up. Candy, Nene, or what's that girl name? Kenya. But Kenya's all wrapped up in her marriage, so she could really care less about what's going on. So yeah, Portia invited the girls over for a vegan dinner. Shamia came. Marlo was invited. She came by. Marlo was throwing shade as soon as she got to Portia's house, saying that welcome mat could have been a little bit bigger. But that's how Marlo is. Yeah, Shamia came, Marlo came, Sheree came. Of course, Kim got dropped off by her family this time, because you could hear the kids in the background saying, bye, mommy, all this type of stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh, God. Here we go again with Kim getting dropped off. So they're talking, where the girls meet up at Portia's house. They talk, and, Portia takes the girls out back to smoke hookah, which none of the girls wanted to do. Portia, she should have known they wouldn't want to do that. But Portia and the girls, they were talking about what happened at the event, and they were saying, why is Cynthia crying over him? Why she's so distraught and all that type of stuff like that. Lo and behold, Cynthia's pulling up and walking, to the Lauren takes them back to the bag where the girls were, and Cynthia was just like, you know that feeling when you walk into a room and you feel like somebody was talking about you? That's how I felt, because the girls got real quiet when Cynthia pulled up. And I have had that happen to me before, where I've walked in a room full of girls and it's just like, yeah, you bitches, I know you were talking about me. I can tell. So as soon as she sat down, like, they went straight into it. Marlo was like, no tea, no shade, but we were talking about what went down at the event, which was good that they didn't go around or was being fake and phony about it. You know, they kind of oh my God, get over. They kind of just, you know, went ahead and talked about it. And Cynthia was just like, y'all don't have to be worried about it. You know, everybody was trying to give their advice and all that type of stuff like that. And Shamia was just like, well, I felt like you felt some type of way already because Peter was there and you didn't get to speak to him. And she was like, yeah, that had something to do with it. So then that goes to the next scene, or whatever part of the episode, when Cynthia and Peter meets up, and they were kind of talking about, like, you know, Cynthia was like, why didn't you come speak to me at the event? And he was like, you were on a date. And he was just like, I've been with you for over 10 years. I haven't seen you with nobody else. You haven't been with any other man. And Cynthia was just like, well, if you were with somebody, I would want to come up. And he was like, no, you're not coming up to speak to me and I'm with somebody. I think at the end of the day, Peter still loves Cynthia, which you just don't fall out of love so fast, you know, regardless of what happened. But you can tell Peter still loves and cares for Cynthia. And Cynthia, however, she did initiate the divorce, but I feel like she still cares for Peter. She may even have feelings and still love him. I mean, that's only right. Y'all been married, y'all been together. You moved to Atlanta for this man. You wouldn't even be in Atlanta if it wasn't for Peter. So I think she's really trying to figure out how to be an ex-wife, be a friend, and a business partner with Peter, because they are business partners, because they're trying to get that bar up and running in Atlanta. What else happened? Oh yeah, at the dinner party, Marlo asked the girls, like, or not Marlo asked the girls, but Marlo asked Kim, are you gonna do a girls trip with the African American girls? And of course, Kim is just like, yeah, if I could bring Croy. You know, I had a stroke on the plane the last time I flew to LA, so if I fly to Barcelona, I don't want to take that risk of, you know, having another stroke. And I just feel like I need my husband there, because he's gonna know what to do and look for the signs. But everybody's just like, it's a girls trip. You don't need your husband to go on a girls trip. So, you know, Kim is the queen of excuses as to why she can never go on a trip. She didn't go to the trip to Africa. She didn't go to Anguilla. She didn't go to Savannah. All the girls trip that you have seen on Housewives of Atlanta for the past 10 years, Kim has never been on them. She always makes up an excuse about either her kids or her husband, because she feel like she can't do nothing without him. I mean, I understand that, but it's a girls trip. You may love your man all the way to Mars, but baby, it's a girls trip. It's okay to be with the girls, but Kim ain't letting that down. She's still getting dropped. Of course, she's still getting dropped off by her husband. So at the end of the episode, basically, the girls are getting ready to go to the airport, and who doesn't show up? Kim. If you're getting over, please get over. I hate 5 o'clock traffic. Kim, don't show up. We all knew this. Like, we all knew Kim was not going to show up. I'm trying to figure out who that is, because he has the same tag I have from where I work. I was trying to figure out who it was. But anyway, yeah, Kim did not show up. And all the girls knew that. Like, Sheree was picked up by Portia, and Sheree was like, yeah, I'm feeling some type of way. You know, Kim ain't show up. And Cynthia and Nene were talking about it, how Kim didn't show up. Of course, Nene don't care. And they called Candy to talk about it. And Candy was just like, well, that's fine. They just perfectly fine. So yeah, Housewives of Atlanta, it was cute. So I'm ready for the girls to get to Barcelona, because I feel like that's where more tea is gonna come out. They're gonna say how how Brielle said Nene had an infested house. Y'all, driving and recording at the same time, a bust. But I'm doing it because I'm a day late. But yeah, please subscribe to my channel if you are new. If you are a returning viewer and a subby, thank you so much. Please share this video, subscribe, click the bell so you know when I post another video. Please, please, please. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for coming back to my channel. For your girl, once again, it's your girl Courtney Ray. I have to go run some errands right quick. Well, I have one store to go to because I have a class to teach tomorrow, and I need to pick some things up. But thank you guys again for stopping by to my channel. Thanks for viewing. Like I said, if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you know when I'm posting another video. All right, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.